Welcome to Divorce Talk with Nicola Beer, a show dedicated to creating change and emotional healing for executives, professionals and expats in the various stages of marriage breakdown and divorce. Discover insightful strategies to better manage your personal affairs and learn secrets to creating more happiness, love and success in your life today.
Hi, this is Nicola Beer, and I'm so thrilled you're listening to this episode because we have a very special guest, Carole Holditch, who's going to be talking to us about living healthily, about eating healthily, about good habits. She founded Good Habits, and it's a weight management program which has been really effective in helping hundreds of people all across the UAE and through her books further afield. So I'm going to be speaking to her in just a minute, but let me tell you why I'm giving an interview on food and weight management and weight loss and eating healthy on a love, marriage and divorce podcast show. The reason being is time and time again, when I work with couples, often there is someone who is struggling and they're using food to either medicate themselves, to comfort themselves, to punish themselves, to distract themselves from the emotional pain or the difficulty or the challenges. And whilst it may feel good to get that extra slice of pizza, that extra glass of wine, that extra piece of chocolate, in the long term, it doesn't do us any good. And sometimes when I'm working with couples and I'm working with individuals getting through divorce and feeling stronger and happier and more in control in their life, everything's improved for them, but yet they've put on excess weight and they don't know how to lose it. And so I think really there are so many bad diets out there. So when I met Carole, I was just blown away by her care, her approach, how easy and simple her methods are, and just how useful the information is. It's not some fad, it really is a way of living. So Carole, I'm sure you can explain what you do far better than what I can. So please would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, lovely to be here with you, Nicola. Good habits. For me, 25 years ago, I was an obese person and very unhappy, and life was not very good. So I decided that I needed to get some support and some help to help me lose weight. And I joined a slimming group in the UK, and through that slimming group, I found that I could lose weight with their support by eating healthy, and my life changed. Not overnight, but my self-esteem grew. I lost weight. I felt better about myself, and I started to do more with my life and enjoy things that I'd always wanted to do, but the weight was stopping me. So I was in awe of my new life, and I moved over to Dubai and realised that there were a lot of people here that needed some help and support. Part of my career development was working for a weight loss organisation and also for a heart specialist. So I saw the implication of what weight to your health, the implications there. So I actually embarked on a nutrition course, a basic course. I had some experience, but actually for the last 20 years, I've been helping people lose weight through my support group called Good Habits. And that's what I do in Dubai. I actually help anybody that help with weight loss or just to change their habits to a healthier lifestyle and healthy eating. Not everybody needs to lose weight, but they realise that they perhaps haven't got the energy levels because they're not eating healthy, and they just want to make the changes. So Good Habits is the vehicle, really, the support group that helps people and all sorts of people.
Yeah, that sounds great. And there's so many different diets these days, and people get really confused. Are you meant to have carbs? Are you meant to eat proteins? It's just really confusing. So what does the Good Habits healthy eating plan look like?
So, yes, there is so much out there, and probably we've all tried them all before. and it's worked for a little while, and then you go back to your old ways. So my whole ethos is that you find a sustainable way, and it's just good old plain healthy eating using all the food groups, literally, making sure that you have all the food groups, you don't deprive yourself of anything. Obviously, we have to moderate the quantities that we have, and we need to learn about how to put all the food groups together, how to make it exciting, how to enjoy our food, how to balance our food. And basically, we give everybody a food diary, and the basis of a food diary is you then become aware of your eating habits, what you're doing right, and there's a lot you're probably already doing right, and the areas that you need to change. So you can easily see what's going on by filling a food diary, and then you can make adjustments until you get the balance right. So it is a process. Rome wasn't built in a day. You start, you see where you are today, and then each week you build on till you get your eating pattern really right, and that you lose the weight, but you're still feeling great because you're getting all the nutrients. It's sound, so that you really don't feel hungry, you feel satisfied, and you can still live a normal life. Some of those faddy diets, they're just not socially acceptable, and quite frankly, some of them are very unpleasant and not nutritionally sound.
Is that why the good habits methods work, you think? Because it's balanced and it's everything in moderation, or is that?
I think one of the reasons it is balanced, but it's about making changes not too quickly.
Right.
A lot of those fad diets, they cut out so much and they're so extreme that you can only follow it for a short time, maybe 7 days, a month. Whereas this, what we want you to do is go on it and stay on it for life. Obviously, once you reach your target weight, that we can make some adjustments and you can increase some of the foods that you're eating. But basically, it's a way of life, and that's the real big message. This is not a diet, it's a way of life. It's just healthy eating, but obviously you've got to learn some strategies, coping strategies as well, for all the other aspects of your life that come along that get in the way of your eating habits.
Yes, you make a really, really good point there. Sometimes life really does just get in the way of us doing what we really want to do and what we know is good for us. I remember trying to cut down on food, trying to cut down on alcohol before, when I was going through a difficult time in my relationship, and then it ended in a separation. And I would have really good intentions in the morning, and I'd say, right, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and then my partner would stress me out, or when we split up, my ex would stress me out, or work would be really difficult, or I'd feel really angry or upset. Thoughts would come into my head, past would come into my head, and my plan would just fall by the wayside. And then I'd say to myself, oh, tomorrow. And then I'd say again, tomorrow. And then I feel so angry at myself and guilty for, why am I so weak? Why can't I, when I say it's tomorrow, actually do it? And why do I keep saying, oh, another day, another day?
Yeah, and I think this through a group, you don't feel alone. And I think when you're going through one of these, breakups of marriages, or these relationship difficulties, there is that isolation, but being within a group, it's not that you're just on your own. Other people perhaps have been through it, and you don't have to talk about your own circumstances, but many people feel comfortable about talking and sharing their experiences and how they coped and strategies that work for them as well. Having accountability each week as well. So if you do find that you do have a bit of a binge week, no one judges you, but you feel you're amongst people that care, that understand, that want to help you to make changes so that you have a better week the following week, and that you learn from what happened and have the knowledge to make things a little bit different the following week, so that you see improvements.
Yeah. So what happens at a good habits meeting?
So the meetings vary in sizes. We have meetings for 5 people, and I guess the largest one is about 30
Wow.
people. So it is, and it's about feeling comfortable within the meeting as well. And there are people from all walks of life. We have male, we have female, we have some teenagers, and all different ages as well. So what happens is everybody gets weighed in if they want to. We don't force the issue of weighing, but most people like to have a little bit of accountability and to step on the scales to know how they've done and to know where they stand. Obviously, the scales is not the whole picture, but some people like to have that measurement there. And then it's for the first half an hour, there's a weigh-in, and then everybody sits, they have a coffee, they discuss their own things amongst themselves. There's a big banter going on, and then I have a motivational talk for half an hour each week. And each week is a different topic. So, for example, one week we might talk about supermarket shopping, and labels, and then so you go away knowing, right, I'm going to start checking this out, or I'm going to try something new from the vegetables, or just there's the focus for the week. The next week we might talk about eating out. The following week we might talk about emotional eating. So there's a topic each week, and there's some goals. A few goals that we set for each week. So people want to make changes, make some focus on that, and then the next week there's a new focus as well. So this builds up to lots of information, lots of new knowledge, and new things to try as well, and to keep that momentum going and the motivation going as well by having different subject matters each week.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the pleasure of trying a few of your meetings, and I really found that the information was easy, with recipes where the food items you can easily find. There's nothing more frustrating than thinking, well, I'm going to eat healthily, or I'm going to try this new recipe, and then not be able to get any of the ingredients.
Yeah, I think that's so important to make it simple, you know. It's normal everyday foods. A lot of people have families or not a lot of time, and it's like, well, how can we put it together, have all the ingredients, have healthy food, and not spend all day over it, and make it enjoyable as well. So I have got a couple of cookbooks that help, and most of these are my recipes, and a lot of the recipes also come from members. They're quick and easy, foolproof recipes that really help them. So quick and easy, but they're also still tasty. And the most important thing is they're very filling, and I think we like to feel full, to feel like we're not on a starvation diet, that we've had a good, satisfying meal. So there's support with the recipes there as well.
Great. So who are the meetings for?
Well, because we have morning, afternoon and evening week meetings, you tend to find different people go to different meetings. At the evenings and the weekends, a lot of people that are working full-time that can't get to the day meetings. So these are people that have full-time work, and obviously I actually hear it a little bit differently at the weekends, to more in the way that they think, and quick, more simpler aspects. And then we have, during the day, housewives, people that have got more time. And again, it's a little bit, they might like to spend more time on cooking and recipes and exercise. But at the end of the day, whatever your situation is, you have to fit the healthy plan around you. I think that's the most important thing. There's not one fits all. It's a basic plan that works, but you have to adapt it and mould it and make it work to your life situation. And that's the really key to success. And we can help you with that as well. But you learn an awful lot yourself, and there's lots of tricks and tips that you learn yourself as you go along.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you actually, what are the other ways that people can get support other than the group sessions? Say if someone can't get there, or they're a bit nervous, or doesn't, what other ways do you support people?
So as well as the groups, I spend a lot of time on WhatsApp messages, on emails. People are often WhatsApping, is this a good choice? And have you got a good wrap that I could have? And I'll have pictures of them and I can send them. So I get a lot of information out between the sessions. But I also do one-to-one sessions because not everybody is comfortable in a group session, and the one-to-one sessions are either via Skype or one-to-one sessions personally, face-to-face. And that's not just one-to-one, it can be families as well. This has become very popular, families and husbands and wives. And the whole thing about that is that if you've got a family that have weight issues, if they're all doing it together, much easier, and the group support, and everybody's on board doing the same thing, rather than the hubby, I don't want to make changes, and wife, I do want to make changes. If they both do it together, there's an inner support team there, and it's really effective as well. And there's a little bit, sometimes there can be a little bit of what I call healthy competition in a fun way. So those are other ways of supporting through the one-to-one sessions.
Yeah, I really agree with that. Having support can be so important. And sometimes here we need to really be able to step outside of our comfort zone and ask for support. Ask our friends, our family, our lovers, will you support me? I'm making this change. And it's going to benefit everything, because when you're feeling great about yourself, then you really do help others.
Yeah, and I think this is the one thing that never ceases to amaze me. Maybe mum joins the Good Habits group, and you find that the whole family are benefiting from it. They may not need to lose weight, but she makes many changes, healthy changes to the diet, to the shopping. Perhaps, she's encouraging everyone to go for a walk after dinner. And so the whole family benefits, because it's not about dieting, it's about healthy eating, it's about a healthy lifestyle. So I just think the person that comes then becomes a role model and spreads the Good Habits ethos throughout the rest of the family, and I just think that's amazing, because everyone is going to benefit from it and feel better.
And everyone can learn from it, get the education, because obesity is increasing, isn't it? Diabetes is increasing. Absolutely.
And the one big thing that members say is when they've had a week on Good Habits, the first thing that they notice is they've got more energy. It's got nothing about weight loss, it's about more energy. And I think, you can never have too much energy. So that's a fantastic benefit from just eating healthily.
Yeah, I love that, Carole. You can never have too much energy, and you really can't. And you need it. If you're going through challenges, then it's a great defense mechanism, because we all know that when we're stressed, when we're tired, when we're going through something new, we can feel drained. And so having energy to fight that and to move forward is really crucial.
It's not energy. When you feel like you're giving yourself some time and effort, it's about loving yourself, isn't it? I make an effort to put good food together, to buy good food, makes you feel better about yourself. It also enhances your mood. When you eat rubbish, you don't feel good. That's exactly how you feel. But when you put good food in, you actually feel better. Your blood sugar levels are better. You think better. You concentrate better. You sleep better. And all this has an impact on all your relationship and the life that you live as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just about the weight. It's all the other added benefits that you get from eating healthy.
That's why I love your, your company name, Good Habits, because it's not about just the weight; it's about having good habits.
And it's quite empowering when you make a small change and you see a benefit. It's like, oh wow, and then it's like, what can I do next? And you just add it on and add it on and add it on. But obviously, it takes time to change the habit. And that's the whole idea with the group, because many people go and see a dietitian and it's like a one-off, but this is life changing, and it's week in, week out. And for some people, it can take months or even years to get to where they want to be. So you need encouragement and motivation and support continually, not just one-offs. It's something that, you need somebody sort of cheerleading for you all the way, for your ups and downs, because it's not always the downs there, that it's not always weight loss. Sometimes weight goes on and you need to get that to get back on it and keep working towards where you want to go, your goals.
So what happens when you reach your target and you reach your ideal weight? Do people still stay, or what do they do?
Very important moment, because obviously there's elation. I've got there, I've stepped over the line, I've reached my goal. So you feel absolutely fantastic. Now, there's a few things that can sometimes happen here. One is, right, I don't need good habits anymore. I just go and celebrate. And what often happens is things start to slip. And perhaps you don't go walking every day. So perhaps you don't look at your portion sizes so much anymore. Perhaps, a little bit too much wine comes in chocolate, and before you know it, that weight starts to slip and creep up again. And it's quite hard to deal with. So what we recommend, and this is the fantastic thing, is once you get the goal, you can still come along. You can come along as often as you wish, and we recommend that you come each week to start with until you become a little bit more confident, and then perhaps every other week. And then we actually insist, if you want to keep your membership of Good Habits, you need to come once a month once you're a gold member. And that's great for two reasons. One, for yourself to make sure that you're still where you want to be. And two, for all the other members to prove that not only did you lose the weight, but you're keeping it off. And we've got members that have kept it off for 5-6 years and have still kept that weight off, maybe 30 pounds. And it's a great motivation for all the other people sitting in that group to show that it works and you can keep it off.
Yeah, and your own personal story, you kept it off how many years now, did you?
25 years now.
Wow, that's amazing.
25 years, and there's no way I'm going back to where I was, because I wasn't living my life to the full, and that's what it's all about. I mean, my energy levels, that's the thing that never ceases to amaze me. And I'm human, the same as everybody else. If I put on a few pounds, my body tells me it, not just that my clothes are getting tighter, but the quickest way is I don't feel so good. And I love that feeling of waking up in the morning and feeling I can conquer the world. And a lot of that is down to how you feel, how you eat, exercise, your lifestyle. Doing things consistently, making the best choices, like 80-20 rule, I say. Most of the time, making good choices with your food, with your exercise, with your life, and you'll be on a winner then.
Great. Well, we don't have much more time, so where can the listeners find out more?
Okay, so we have a great Facebook page, so this costs nothing, and there's daily inspiration. So if you just get on Facebook and Good Habits UAE, you'll find us and like us. So we have lots of success stories and lots of information every day. We put a couple of posts up, so you get some good ideas there, lots of recipes. If you would like to join the class or would like some more information, we've got a website, and that's www.goodhabitsuae.com. So it's all one word, goodhabitsuae.com. On there's the timetable. We've got success stories, tells you about our philosophy, what you can expect to find at a meeting. Everything basically that I've gone through will be there on the website. And of course there's a contact page if you've got any more questions you'd like to ask or have any queries.
Great. And I know is it one book that you've published, or we've got 2 cookbooks. 2 cookbooks, okay. Well, I've got one of them and I'm loving it. So what's the other? Can you tell us about them?
Yes, the first book was my first one, which with all my best recipes and members' recipes. So that's a mixture of. So we've got everything from breakfast to healthy snacks to something sweet, because everything in moderation, and the famous fruit cake. So we have got this amazing recipe. It's also on our website, which is a fat-free, sugar-free cake. But I can tell you it's not taste-free. It's absolutely tasty. Perfect for the person that's got a sweet tooth, but doesn't want to have the sugar, doesn't want to have the weight gain. So, there's some fabulous recipes in there. And the second book was Entertaining with Good Habits. Obviously, if you eat out a lot, it's quite challenging to keep your weight down when you eat out a lot. So this is to encourage you to cook some lovely, entertaining meals when you have people over, and still keep to your good habits when you want to do something special or just want to treat the family to a real special meal at the weekend. So those are the 2 cookbooks.
Yeah, it sounds great. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It's really great, valuable advice here. Thank you.
And thanks, Nicola. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to Divorce Talk with Nicola Beer. If you have enjoyed the programme, please leave a rating and review on iTunes so more people dealing with marriage breakdown and divorce get the support they need. If you want more great free resources, such as secrets to a happier relationship, moving on fast after divorce, or tips on parenting through divorce, be sure to visit www.purepeacecoaching.com today.